Welcome to another day of happy coloring. And as you can see, I did my homework. I am not so good in doing homework, but this time I did. I colored the other butterflies as well, and I made I did a little experiment with another smaller butterfly. It is this little one. I first made it blue. I colored it blue, but that was not what I liked, and then I added a little bit of light green on it. But to be honest, I'm not happy about this yet. So I will leave this butterfly for a while, and when the inspiration comes, then I will fix it. Now that I color these larger butterflies, the color they have give me great direction to where to go, and the butterflies inspire me to start coloring this flower. I will be very careful because I tend to ruin flowers. I like mixing and blending and layering, but with flowers I need to be a little bit careful, because before I know it, the colors turn into a terrible mess. So this is going to be a experiment. I'm going to use the cadmium orange with a very light touch, and I'm just starting in the middle, just to give this flower a little bit more vibrancy. I would like to thank you for all your wonderful comments and suggestions, and your appreciation. Actually, I feel honored, and I feel especially honored by the people who are well, let's say my videos seem to have a side effect, because I'm making these videos just to have fun and show you what I do with my colored pencils, and to tell you something about what I know about coloring and drawing techniques. And then I hear more and more and I read more and more comments of you about this nice side effect. My voice seemed to have a very calming effect. I'd never thought about that, but I'm glad to hear that your blood pressure is going down. And well, so let's take a step back and see if this is good. Yeah, I think it is. I think I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm not pushing very hard. And I'm also very careful with the color choice, because when coloring a leaf, for example, layering many different types of green will only help the leaf to come to life. But I feel if I layer many colors, different colors on a flower, it will lose its, let's say, clarity in color. So let's do the other one too. Just strokes, and I start in the center and then I push my pencil away, up, and that gives the effect that because there's most pressure here where I start, and then the color fades away. Last week we had beautiful weather. It was spring, really spring, with blue skies. It was great. And now we have winter with hailstorms and cold weather. It's only 4 degrees Celsius. That's almost freezing. They say the Dutch speak a lot about the weather, so well, this is going well. There are 2 other ones on top, but I will do that as homework. Well, I did say on top, but that is here in the upper area of the drawing. And let's give these leaves a little bit color. It's juniper green. It's a cooler tone of green. There's a lot of blue in it. Oh, and I also want to thank you for donating. It is really special. I've had many donations already from people who just voluntarily give me money, so I can make more videos and can invest a little bit in a better camera, for example. Right now I'm working on changing my work schedule a little bit so I can spend more time coloring and drawing without losing my other work as a voice teacher. I love that job as well. I'm now coloring with the burnt ochre in the background. Now this burnt ochre is a warm tone, and that is why, and this background has warmer tones, and that is why I use this cooler juniper green in these leaves, because cooler tones next to warmer tones create contrast, and that means that both the background and the leaves will become more prominent. Our eyes like contrast. The drawing becomes much more interesting. So these donations I received are really a blessing. So thank you. And the suggestions you leave on the Facebook, in the YouTube messages and comments, every suggestion you give me, I write it down, so I have a large list of material to make videos and tutorials about. I would love to post daily videos, but at this point, at this moment, that is not possible. So I hope I can do that in the future. People are also asking me to make my own coloring book, but I don't want to make just a coloring book. If I do that, I want to make a coloring book with instructions, or video instructions, or, well, I just want to add information so you can enjoy your coloring and drawing even more, because I think there are enough beautiful coloring books you could buy, but maybe there is maybe an instructional book can help. So I'm thinking about that. Okay, let's take a little step back, and this is going to look very good. Now you can see a faint line here. I don't like that, so I'm going to add a little bit more color over there. There is not really a line, but the shape of this cloud of color doesn't fit the surroundings, so I'm going to change it a little bit. And the shapes of these clouds, it's actually all, it's a matter of balance. All these shapes need to be in balance with each other. And I'm pretty sure that Joanna Basford is taking good care of balancing out the drawings. And that is why they look so gorgeous. And balance can be, it's not just symmetry or flowers spread evenly on the page. There's more to that. So let's add a little bit of color in the most difficult part of the drawing, and that is here. I don't think I will be able to get rid of all the white. Then I should take the book apart. And I've seen many people do that. with very good results, but I'm not going to do that. Tomorrow, when this video will be posted, I think, yes, I think so. Tomorrow it will be King's Day in the Netherlands, and it is the birthday of our king. And then everybody has a day off. Many people wear orange clothing, just like when we play soccer. And when the soccer team, the Dutch soccer team is doing well, we become crazy and we start wearing orange. I really don't like that color for clothing, but at King's Day and soccer games it is quite fun. So tomorrow we have a party over here. I actually like the fact that we have a king, and that the Netherlands is a kingdom, a monarchy. But I find it pretty extraordinary that someone wants to, wanting to be a king. I'm not so sure whether our king really wanted to be king, but he is taking the responsibility, and he is doing it pretty well with his Queen Maxima. So let's take a step back, and I think here is a pretty warm tone in the background, and I think we need a little bit of warmth over here as well. Now it doesn't really matter if I choose another warm color, but I did a little bit of testing over here, and I eventually think that this dark cadmium orange is the right color to add a little bit of warmth in the background over here. Now I need to be careful over here, I think, because these flowers are purple and that is a warm tone, so I have to be very careful not to add too much warmth here in the background, because I want eventually to let these flowers stand out. And if I make the background also warm, then that will become more difficult. So I will go the other way. Add a little bit over here. For some reason, the colors I put on in this area of the paper becomes a bit, you see the strokes very clearly, and actually that is not what I'm looking for. And I'm starting to wonder, why is that? Could be that it is because it is close to the center of the book, and because the paper isn't exactly flat, that has an impact on my strokes. Oh, you guys teach me a great deal of English, so if you sometimes I don't know a word and then someone posts the word that I was looking for in the videos, so thank you. I really liked learning more and improving my English. It is mainly vocabulary that I am lacking, and I'm sure my pronunciation is a bit weird sometimes, but I think I am improving. I am a bit of a perfectionist, and it took me a couple of years to understand that perfectionism isn't working. So when I started recording these videos, I really wanted to sound like a native speaker. And that is complete nonsense, of course. So I let that go. Now over here there is the blue sky fades into the warmer yellow background, but I think there is too much, the blue sky is too much of the border between the blue and the warmer tones, too much follows this line, so I want to break that. And I'm going to try to break it with this orange pencil. And I hope this will work out. It is an experiment. Okay, well, I think this experiment failed. This is not good. But you know, no guts, no glory. So let's take the eraser. And because I use this fabulous Polychromos pencil, I can erase a lot of the color. So I feel something needs to be done in this area, but clearly I do not have the right idea yet, so I leave it until the intuition is telling me what to do. This was clearly no intuition, bad intuition. Let's go for these leaves now. I've been thinking a lot about whether I should add detail to these leaves and flowers, like the other flowers and leaves, but I decided not to do that, because I think that if I would add detail, I would like to do that with an ink pen. And I know that this paper in my copy, I'm sure it can be completely different in your copy, but in my copy the paper is of a certain, there is something soft in it, and that will, I fear, make the pen bleed a little bit, and then I will not have clear lines. So I decided to leave it like Joanna Drew made it and do nothing about it. So now I'm going to add a cadmium yellow lemon, and it is a light yellow, but there is a little bit of green in it. And I'm going to add a little bit of this here. And I'm going to add a little bit more yellow, light yellow glaze. This is really yellow. There is not much green in it. And I will add a little bit more cadmium yellow. This is a warmer yellow. Now you may ask, why do I choose yellow here? And It feels like it is instinct, but I think it is not instinct. I think my brain makes some sort of calculation about. I think it is all about balance again. I'll show you. But I'm not sure whether the balance I'm choosing right now will stay this way. The logical way would be, the most evident way would be that I chose this to be yellow, this one, and I would do this flower and this one too. And this is a repetition of these leaves, so these would be green too. And now I'm investigating if it is possible to get an harmonious drawing if I would copy the yellow, not in the flower, but here. I'm not sure yet whether that's going to give the results I'm looking for, but who knows. I think I may add a tiny bit of green in these leaves eventually, but I will leave them yellow for now. So you are really following my thought processes also, because when I'm coloring I often change direction, and it is easy to change direction with this yellow because it is quite easy to change this into green if I eventually choose that is better. Now this butterfly has no detail at all, but I will choose to use the same colors as in the other larger butterflies. There's a blackbird somewhere in our garden, and it is doing. My camera switched off. I'm sorry. The first thing I'm going to do is go look for another camera, one that behaves. This one has a will of its own. But I was telling you, there is a blackbird in my garden somewhere, and he's doing a distress call. So I think the neighbor's cat is searching, is looking for a lunch. It is the end of April right now, and well, it's cold outside, but many birds are in their nests, on their nests. Oh, I forgot to, I'm using a light red. This is from the Bruinzeel series. I really want to do a beautiful hike, a beautiful walk in nature. where I live, it is a rural area in the close to Rotterdam, and there is no nature over here. So I hope somewhere the next few days we can go to the woods and enjoy nature. I'm using now deep scarlet red. I don't think I used the exact same colors as I used on the other butterflies, but because this butterfly has no detail and therefore looks pretty different, I thought, well, it's well, don't you like this? Just adding detail with the colored pencil itself. That is, I like it. Yes. Now I didn't make, this was not an idea of mine. This was a happy accident. And I love happy accidents. And that is actually one of the reasons that I take so much time for coloring. Because when you are in a hurry, when I am in a hurry, these happy accidents cannot happen. Now I want to make it happen over here too, but I don't know how. Should I use this same red or should I use another color? So I will leave this for now. Just add a little bit of yellow. You can sometimes hear me turn the pages of my Derwent Clairol bag and search for another color. This is light chrome yellow. You know, I still use my Bruinzeel pencils, but they are wearing down. And last year I bought the Polychromos pencils, and it was a good choice for me. It was an excellent choice for me, turns out. I took my time choosing them. First I bought 5 colors in open stock, and I used them for a couple of months to see if I would really like them. And yes, then I bought them. So it wasn't how do you say that? It was not an impulse. It was I really thought about it. I gave it a lot of thought before I decided that I would buy the Polychromos pencils. So now I'm going to use a little bit of, how do you say that in English? Nougat? In Holland we say nougat. It's some sort of candy. I think the word has its origin in France, but that's just a wild guess. And this is my dark sepia, yes. It's nice, isn't it? Look at the difference. I like this butterfly, but I actually like this one more. And that is because this butterfly doesn't have any detail in the ink drawing. So you can do more things with it. Really lovely. Well, I think this is it for today. And I'll be back very soon, I hope. And until then, I wish you a lot of hours of very happy coloring. Bye bye.